Hey, welcome to ILTG, the show that keeps you inspired, informed, and in the know. So on this episode, we're going to be discussing this issue with Trump. I guess he's trying to, he's on this deportation thing right now, and he's really harping on it. He wants all the Latins, I don't care if you're from Cuba, Venezuela, Mexico, Guatemala, whatever you want to call it, however you feel about it. I'm from Kansas. This is how white folks think. I was raised by them. Y'all all from Mexico. So they getting you up out of here. So technically what's going on with this right now is that he is concerned about, revoking the 14th Amendment. And he's pretty much stating that, technically the 14th Amendment was for Black people, descendants of slaves. It wasn't meant for everybody else. So we're just going to see what he has to say about this and see what you think. And we're going to talk about it a little bit afterwards.
A short time ago, the Supreme Court agreed to hear oral arguments in the case about ending birthright citizenship. How confident are you that the court will rule in your favor and allow that order to end birthright citizenship to go forward?
Well, you're just telling me that for the first time. I am so happy. I think the case has been so misunderstood. That case, birthright citizenship, is about slavery. If you look at the details of it, the signings of it, everything else, that case is all about slavery. And if you view it from that standpoint, people understand it. But for some reason, lawyers don't talk about it. The news doesn't talk about it. That's not about tourists coming in and touching a piece of sand and all of a sudden they're a citizenship. They're a citizen. That is all about slavery. And even look at the dates on which it was signed. It was right at that era, right after the Civil War. And if you look at it that way, the case is an easy case to win. And I hope the lawyers talk about birthright citizenship and slavery, because that's what it was all about. And it was a very positive, it was meant to be positive. And they use it now instead, not for slavery, they use it for people that come into our country and they walk in and all of a sudden they become citizens and they pay a lot of money to different cartels and others. It's all about slavery. And if you look at it that way, we should win that case. Okay.
All right. So Trump ain't playing. Trump is not playing. I mean, he's not playing no games. He's not playing no games. So I keep telling y'all thinking that it's a game and that this man's out here playing with y'all. He ain't playing with y'all. I tell a lot of my Latin friends, like, especially some that's like, oh, I'm a white Latino and oh, I'm not. Okay. Y'all keep playing games with this man. This man is not playing. He is really deporting people. This one guy, still haven't got him back. I forgot his name, but I want to bring him up on a future episode. But he deported him, and that guy's not coming back. He would deport him to Venezuela. They've been stopping people, deporting them up out of here. Anybody that they feel is a political enemy, you're out of here. And I don't think that you guys are getting it. Everybody's playing games, and I really don't know what the Democratic Party is doing. I think the Democrat Party is just so weak. They don't got no strong people. Um, the things that they're doing is like publicity stunts. To be honest about it, like okay, I guess the women came in there wearing pink. I was like, okay, this is Halloween. I really don't get that. And then the other thing that was kind of interesting, they were holding up signs and then I hate when they be talking. Oh, we're gonna fight a good fight. We're gonna fight a good fight. I'm just like, what fight are you talking about? Because they over here, they got militias training back in the backwoods of Kentucky and Alabama and Mississippi. I mean, what good fight are you talking about? Like, I'm still lost here. Like, it's like people just, oh, he can't do that, and then he's like bulldozing over. I'm gonna do what I want anyways. It's just like I don't think people are really getting the grasp of what's happening. And quite frankly, I mean, at the end of the day, people voted for this, and also people sat out for this. So if you sat out for this, you voted for this as well. Period. I mean, just suck it up. I mean, it is what it is. Even with the whole insider trading thing that's going on, hey, you might want to buy or you might want to get into the market or whatever. Sure enough, you got somebody, and this like Marjorie Green Taylor, that girl's she's not even. I wouldn't even consider her a Neanderthal. But she's less than that. But this lady was able to go from 700,000 to 22 million in a couple of months under his administration for what he was doing. I mean, I mean, you gotta call it what it is. You know, you have the most unintelligent person and people making money like that, and it's because of they have the information. You tell somebody the market's going to go up or it's going to do this. You tell somebody to buy, they buy, and then they're winning. So at the end of the day, people voted for this. You know, a lot of Latins voted for this. You know, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all was, you know, the main proponent is me no black, me Dominican, and advance the race. And now, since you're being targeted, all of a sudden everybody's crying. And don't get me wrong, it's kind of sad, but I mean, like, you cannot vote for your own oppression and then complain about it. And then some people really, really thought that they were not going to be affected. They wanted other people to be affected. And that's what you see what's happening with the white farmers right now. They feel like they were not supposed to be affected, but now they're being affected. So now they got Trump's flag all upside down and things of that nature. And it's just like, I mean, it's a little too late for all this selective outrage and selective protesting. I mean, like, at the end of the day, this is what you guys wanted. This is what you guys voted for. Own up to it and just move on if you're still here. Because, you know, the way the United States is going, I don't even know if it's going to be here in the next few years, to be honest about it. It don't look good, and especially this trade war with China. And you already kind of heard about everything going on with that, with the bags. You know, that's been the big thing. You know, the markup. For anybody that don't know that a lot of stuff has been marked up, I've been knowing that a lot of these bags were marked up. And when somebody sits next to me like, "Oh, I bought a $30,000 Birkin," I said, "Yeah, but you can't afford to pay your rent. You can't afford to pay your car note. You know, you're needing somebody to pay your way on vacation. That's not a flex to me because you got a Birkin bag. It looks really stupid." So, you know, it's just I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, at the end of the day, this is the way things are going right now. And so, what we're going to do is go to the comments because you know I like talking to the comments. You know, that's where all the action is. So this was posted by It's On Site. Donald Trump is trying to flip the 14th Amendment, saying it was only meant to give citizens to formerly enslaved people, not kids born here to immigrants. He said it's all about slavery, and if you look at it that way, we should win the case. Now, the Supreme Court is set to hear arguments in May. The 14th Amendment says anyone born on U.S. soil is a citizen, regardless of their parent status. It was originally created to give full citizens to formerly enslaved slave people, but it's been applied to everyone born in the U.S. ever since. So T-Wood Works '01 says, revoke Melania and all his kids' citizenships. Candace Teresa, so technically he should be deported since his parents aren't American. Well, that is true. Slavery, how would anybody know if you can't teach it in schools? True. Claudia Jordan, oh, cool. So his parents were immigrants and he doesn't have birthright citizenship then, right? Yugla Bodesi, everyone that was black for people have been hijacked. Hippo with Gunzo, so indigenous people and descendants of slaves are the only legal citizens. I'm liking the sound of this. And Crew Puff 65, I will vault for Donald Trump. I don't even know what the hell she was talking about, but okay. But yeah, as you see, you know, this is what the people are saying right here. So, you know, I would say the advice I want to give to you on Info on the Go, because this is what we're supposed to do on this show, is like try to give you some advice. Is I think y'all need to buckle up. I said it's going to be a rough ride. I think that we're going to go into a great recession, maybe get close to a little bit of a depression. Um, a lot of the farmers are hurting right now. I don't know if y'all been watching the news, but they are hurting right now. They canceled all those subsidies. So like they tell all the blacks, you got to pull yourselves by the bootstraps. You better do the same thing. In addition to that, you know, we have a lot of the houses not being built because you begin a lot of the immigrants and mostly of them Latin were building all this stuff. They were the ones working on the farms. They was the ones working in the hotels. Now people are afraid to go to work because you know they're being targeted. So at the end of the day, this is the way it is. So we're going to go ahead and end this segment. You know, if you would like to be a guest on this show, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.